Namaskar, I am Anubhav Ranjan and you are watching Ritam. Islamic extremist forces in Bangladesh have tightened their grip not only on society but also on the government and judiciary. A glaring example of this is the recent arrest of ISKCON monk Chinamaya Krishna and the obstacles he has been facing in securing his release, highlighting the influence of extremists on the Bangladeshi administration. Recently, a court in Chittagong rejected Chinamaya Das's bail application after hearing arguments from both sides. Despite representation by 11 lawyers from the Bangladeshi Supreme Court, Chinamaya Das did not receive any relief. Reports suggest that Islamist extremists threatened his legal team and disrupted the judicial process. This demonstrates the crumbling state of the judicial system in Bangladesh. Chinamaya Krishna was arrested on November 25, 2024 at Dhaka's Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport on charges of sedition. The charges lack any solid basis or evidence revealing how religious minorities are being targeted in Bangladesh. Hindu, Buddhist and Christian minorities continue to face violence, humiliation and discrimination. Attacks on religious sites and vandalism of places of worship have become commonplace. Alarmingly, Islamist extremists have already declared ISKCON a terrorist organization. The persecution of Hindus in Bangladesh has persisted since the partition of 1947 and the country's independence in 1971. During the Liberation War, the Pakistani army massacred Hindus, forcing millions to flee to India as refugees. Even after independence, Hindus faced systematic discrimination under laws like the Vested Property Act, which facilitated the confiscation of their properties and through communal violence. In 1947, Hindus constituted 28% of the population in Bangladesh, but this number has now dwindled to 7 to 8%. These incidents underscore the long-standing injustices faced by religious minorities in Bangladesh. It is ironic that prominent figures like Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus, who advocate for human rights and justice, remain silent on such issues. This silence reflects the extent to which Bangladesh's intellectual class has capitulated to extremist pressures. The Bangladeshi government, which portrays itself as secular and democratic on international platforms, has failed in this instance. It must recognize that stifling justice damages its international reputation. The arrest of Chinamaya Krishna is a testament to the growing influence of Islamic extremism and the ongoing suppression of religious minorities in Bangladesh. If this trend continues, it may not be long before Bangladesh finds itself entirely under the control of extremist forces. The government's inability to curb such influences not only undermines its democratic and secular claims, but also poses a significant threat to the country's social fabric and global standing.